Well, good morning, guys. Jim Pawoodsman channel, where I'm not meaning to beat the horse to death here, the dead horse to death, but I was asked to see what was currently in my pack. Managed to get stuff really down. Everything with consumables, water, fuel. I'm down to about 18 pounds right now, which will drop a little bit more too with the warming up and of the season. I had planned to go out today and hang my hammock and show how to put the underquilt on, but weather hasn't been too cooperating, so that ain't going to be done today. And while we're on that topic, I want to send my sincere prayers and thoughts out to all the people out in the west part of the state right now, in the central area, from Texas all the way up to Minneapolis, has been affected by the recent storms and tornadoes, and that they've been very devastating. I was just after watching the news, so my hearts and prayers go out to you that have been affected with this storm. So I need to check my camera real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on what's in my pack. All tripods supporting it, so we'll start on this side. This is the ULA ohm, and typically what I try to carry with me at all times is water, of course. I have a liter Powerade bottle here. My map normally is with me in my pocket. Since this is water, this is my water compartment, I have my Catadine Hydro Pro. I've looked at maybe trying out the Sawyer squeeze to save a few ounces, but I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with this filter. I did buy the Base Camp Gravity Fed. It's a great filter, but to tell you the truth, it is slow when it comes to filling stuff, and it's overkill for one person. So I choose to take that when I have different adapters on, so I can just fill right up my water without exposing anything and contaminating. While we're on this side of the pack, we're going to go to my survival and navigation pocket. I have my Sunto compass. Yeah, I could go with a lighter one, smaller button compass, something like that with a thermometer, but I want something better. There's times I could probably not even take it with me because I'm going to be on trail. But as you saw my one video with Dave, Blister Boy, out there camping, I end up bushwhacking to get to the vehicle sooner to get out and get him a ride just as his knee gave out. And a couple times that was used. So I keep a Swedish Light My Fire Scout in there for emergency. 2 lighters, I could probably cut back to 1. I think one's about empty. That's the only reason I have that in there. And a Swiss Army knife Marley tool, which is probably going to go down to 1 thin blade eventually. This one's kind of nice. It does have scissors and toothpicks, but what I'm finding out watching a couple videos, a lot of people, they'll pre-cut stuff and put it on like a sticky paper. That way they don't need the scissors and all that fancy stuff. It's already pre-cut and saves you a lot of aggravation. We'll continue working left or right here. Just here I have a Fox whistle, Fox 40 for signaling. Right now this isn't charged, but this is a solar powered flashlight. This is just here so in case I need to change batteries in my headlamp, I've got some light. It's on a real lightweight carabiner. We'll move over here to the right, and I need to adjust the camera again, most likely. I got a small tripod supporting this just to keep it upright right now. I have about a 27-ounce water bottle strapped on the front. First time I've tried this. I'm actually, when I got my pack, I took off the actual yellow shock cords that were on here, thinking I would never utilize it. But I figured that way it's easy access, and I'm not using my Camelback anymore, unless I'm really going in somewhere where there's really no water. Behind it is just a set of Ranger beads for my pace count when I'm using my compass in a bushwhacking scenario. Up front, this pouch, I'll get to that real quick, has my camera case, extra battery, SD card, my stick pick inside there, And behind that, right on the belt, is my ACR rescue beacon. Hopefully that's in frame. I gotta adjust that. Okay, this outermost pocket is my cook kit. And this changes depending on what my menu is I'm taking with me. And I also have a fuel bottle. I'm trying to go one pot lighter and compaction, but it all depends, like I said, what I'm preparing. I'll have a menu. In this setup, this is the GSI Minimalist pot I got from my good friend wall hiker Bill. I keep a cleaning rag in there for wiping it down. Just a section of a bandana. I could actually cut it in half even more if I wanted to. Pot grabber. My windscreen. Smaller fuel bottle, which if I'm only going for a night, I can take this one and leave that big one home. I try to keep a lighter in the cook pot. My Fort spoon, cat can alcohol stove. Can't even talk. Pot stand. And a reflector for the bottom to reflect the heat. Now, cat can stoves, typically you're supposed to be able to just set them right on top and they'll be able to blossom underneath and around. For some odd reason with this pot, it makes such a good seal that it just snuffs it. It still burns, but it's not at its peak, so it won't blossom. So I find out if I put this pot stand, which just gives it about a 2 or 3/16 of an inch above it, it works perfectly fine. And really not a lot of added weight with it. Some, but nothing drastic. And then it's got its outside pot cozy, which is quite sufficient. I considered doing like, I can't remember who did it now, putting the fiberglass wick around here for a pot grabber opposed to this, because I know my good friend James, Campfire Talk, despises this, but it works. It does what it's supposed to. It's out of the way, out of sight, out of mind. So that there. All right. We'll spin the packet. Maybe I use this. If not, I'll support it. This is my ditty bag, if you want to call it that. I keep some body glide in here, straight for chaffing. A little bit of sunscreen, which I'll probably downsize that eventually. A small travel toothbrush, small thing of toothpaste, and some insect repellent. That stuff doesn't have the DEET in it. DEET a lot of times will affect the material of your hammock and other stuff on your pack and that, and plus I just don't like DEET. It works, but I don't like it. My first aid kit, you've seen that before. Keep a roll of tape in there. That's just athletic tape. Small tripod. Poop kit. Roll of toilet paper. I also have a very small container of hand sanitizer. I might even have my, yep, I do. My amazing cotton balls in here from Suzerville, Ed up there in the Northeast. I have 8 MSR groundhog steaks in that little pouch there. I have a small section of Tyvek for a foot rest area pad, just keep my stuff off the ground. Here's the first small repair kit. I have some Gorilla duct tape. Inside I have a needle, small spindle of thread, 2 safety pins, and some tenacious tape, repair tape. I have my wind shirt made by Camp. It's not a whole lot of rain protection, but if the weather's permissible, I'll take that with me. Also, I have my rain cover, which also doubles as a gear bag if I need to. I can look it up. And that, like I said, that's all weather related. This may stay back. If I need to take it, I'm going to, of course, take my Marmot rain jacket like Gore-Tex. Also keep a elastic bandage in here. Reason for that is that I do go through snake country, and with the new protocols they like you to use a constricted bandage of that sort to just slow down the spread of the venom. So that's why I choose to take that. It's also good for bracing your knee or whatever if you have some sort of thing, because I do have a knee brace, but that thing weighs a lot. And my knee hasn't really been giving me any problems, so I choose to leave it at home right now. That's it, everything on the outside. I'm going to take a second, verify my camera's still working, then we're going to go ahead and get on the inside of the pack. Okay, we're back again. I just went ahead and stopped the camera, restarted it just to make sure it doesn't stop on us. It's only had a couple minutes left on it before I have to do that. Me and cameras. How we're taking stuff out of the pack is how I load it, with the exception of my ditty bag. That should have been further down in, but I just threw that in. I just almost forgot about it. Okay, top is my food bag. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more fuller when I'm out. It used to be a roll top, but this was taped. This was made by Mountain Roll Design, and it was coming apart, so I went ahead and real quick sewed a channel in here. Put some no tangle cord, which I got to adjust this down to even shorter. It doesn't need to be this much of a tag. And made just a simple draw cord. Corrected that. Followed by my, this is going to be my OES Matt Cat Standard Tarp, Ridgeline guidelines, carabiners for the process all in there. This is, like I said, my 3-season gear. This is not going to be my winter where I'm going to have my giant Superfly from War Bonnet. This is my War Bonnet Blackbird hammock with the integrated bug netting. Only thing else I have in here is on the Ridgeline. I do have a Ridgeline organizer, and I do have a very small Night Eyes light on it. Carabiner lights up the entire inside of the hammock. Really nice. Also inside my food bag, before I forget, I do have 50 feet of Night Eyes reflective rope with a carabiner and a small rock bag I made for bear bagging my food. Here I keep, inside this pouch, Right in the Rain notepad, Right in the Rain pen, a UTM slot tool, a little bit of cheat sheets on just reminding me on a few things for UTM, a Frenzo lens, that way if I don't have my reading glasses, they help me read the map, and also it's a backup fire starter if I would need to, and my Pexeltica lamp, as well as a set of batteries to replace in case they would go down. Here I have a 3/4 section of 1/4 inch foam, really warm. I use this on my, with my when I get to my underquilt, the bottom half of my feet. Keep my feet warm. I used it my last trip. Works out great, and plus it's long enough in case I would have to go to the ground, I can do so safely. Here's my trash compactor bag to keep it rolled down. This is where I keep my stuff that I want to keep high and dry. And like I pack, it's like I put it on. I went ahead and I put my hammock up. I bring out my underquilt. This is a 1/2 3/4 underquilt made by GPL from Hammock Form. Better known, that's his Nick, my good friend Jared. He made this for me. It's a 3-season underquilt, and I've had it down to 29 degrees. Surprisingly, it's done really well. So I'd be taking this out, fluffing it out, hanging it on my hammock. And it's already adjusted. All I might have to do is slide it here and there. Following that, since I do use a smaller tarp, the 3-season, I choose to take this, it's an underquilt protector. It's a breathable nylon. This purpose is to, 1, block wind from underneath, and 2, if there's any minor splatter coming up from a heavy downpour, it's going to protect my down. But once down gets wet, you're in trouble. So it's 7 ounces. To me, it's worth its weight in gold. Now we get to the hammock gear. 20-degree burrow. That'd be my last thing going inside the hammock. Normally what I'll do if it's not raining, I'll drape it over my ridge line of my tarp and let it air out and puff up and everything and get ready to go for the night. Last thing, my clothing bag. Set my pack down out of the way. This is a Cuban fiber bag made by Z-Pack. His are sewed. Same thing with my boot kit. Inside here, Pennsylvania, weather can change at a second. I choose to keep a set of, these are Smart Wool, thin wool liners. My black rock down beanie, mostly for sleeping or just sitting around camp. A pair of wristies in case it's not too bad. These are fleece polyethylene version. Those, like I said, were recommended by Shug, works great. This is a merino buff I can use as my baklava at night when I'm sleeping. Only thing ain't so bad this time. That last camp out, it smelled like the soap I washed it. Boy, did it drive me nuts. This could probably go in my outside pouch. I just have it in here, but it's dry. This is a section of chamois. I use that to wipe down my tarp. Also, you can wipe your brow if you wanted to. Keep a pair of bicycle compression underwear. This just helps with chaffing. That's why I normally wear when I'm hiking any distance. Just keep an extra set. You smell after a couple days, especially if it's warm out. Extra pair of wigwam wool socks, which I might be changing since I'm now using hiking shoes. What's nice about those, though, they dry real quick. And last thing is my backpacking white button netting. Other than that, on my person when I'm in my hiking clothes, I keep another bandana in my pocket, more or less just for wiping my forehead. I keep an extra magazine with me that I do carry a firearm. And just my wallet with my ID, and I try to keep my car keys in my other separate zippered pop so it's out of the way and I don't lose it. So that's it, guys. Like I said, I hope I didn't beat a dead horse all over again, but it was a request. If it's planning to be cold, I may take my down coat with me, my Montbell down parka. It's a thin one. It weighs approximately 14 ounces. And like I said, if it's supposed to be a lot of wet weather, we'll be taking our Marmot Gore-Tex version of their coat, as well as some rain pants. And because of ticks and that, I do choose to wear a pair of short gaiters made by Outdoor Research in the 3-season. In wintertime, I have the longer ones with my snowshoes and that. So, but this will be what I'll be carrying for the rest of the season. Like I said, with the exception of the rain gear, that will change. This could change too if I'm planning on doing something where I need more surface area to prepare my food. I will be taking my MSR Titan kettle, and it's hard to drink out of that, so I just take my GSI, my Snow Peak Titanium mud, Sometimes I wish I would have got the single wall, but what's nice about the double wall is it keeps it insulated real long, and plus you can't burn your lips over the dang thing. So, alright, enough of my blabbing. I wanted to keep this video short. Once again, my thoughts and prayers go out to all the people affected by these devastating storms we're seeing in the center of the state. And as always, I want to say, most of all, God bless.